It's going to be one of the most ambitious ones they've tried so far, and keep in mind that this is a work-in-progress version, so these brand new tough blocks that you might see around the place, or these copper blocks, are things that we'll later see in snapshots. In fact, Lady Agnes specifically said that we'll start to see this in snapshots starting very soon, just like last year. Instead of having to work months and months and months to build up to Minecraft Live, instead they're showing the early prototypes, the work-in-progress game footage, and then in the next few weeks we'll see snapshots with closer to finished versions of many of these features. And so take the trial chambers, for example. This is the corridor part of the structure. We've also seen this staircase right here. We've seen a few corridors. Honestly, it feels a lot like the stronghold in its basic idea, but it's different to the stronghold in the fact that when you go round, you can find something called a trial spawner, which is a brand new type of mob spawner which spawns a limited number of mobs, and once you've killed those limited number of mobs, spits out rewards. And something that is unique in Minecraft history is it will alter the number of mobs spawned and the rewards given based on the number of players that are nearby it. This is something Minecraft has not done before, which is kind of shocking when you think about it. The dragon is the same difficulty whether you fight it alone or with more people, and so the more people you get on your realm or server, the more stacked you generally just are against the game. The Wither is actually nowhere near as challenging. If you just get a few people in there to group between the attacks, it doesn't shoot 4 times as many things, but this is the first time they're specifically designing something that will get harder as you add more people, and then will specifically reward you. They also mentioned something interesting about how the spawner would refill itself.
So you can see the smoke coming out of the trial spawner. That actually means that it's on cooldown, so we can come back later and play this all again.
Yeah, so don't break it. We want everyone on our realm to play the combat challenge.
So this new type of spawner is actually farmable. Absolutely fascinating. Can you go there every day or every 5 days or whatever the cooldown is and get yourself more diamonds and emeralds? It sounds like it. We'll obviously have to see what the end result is, but the other interesting thing is there are going to be multiple types of this because he specifically mentions...
Okay, I see ice blocks around the trial spawner, so it's definitely spawning strays.
Meaning that you'll be able to find other types of spawners as well. Absolutely fascinating. And yeah, these are just the combat challenges, which you might want to come back for. There are also other challenges you'll be finding through the trial chambers. This is a massive multi-room structure. It will be procedurally generated, so each chamber will have a unique style, including with new building blocks. We've seen a few of those blocks already, but just to show you the trailer, I kind of zoom through them. Tough bricks and stairs will exist alongside other tough block variants. The copper bulb will exist, which is a brand new use for copper. That's right, they're making copper useful in 1.21. We have the copper trapdoor, the copper grate, the copper, which by the way I think was from an April Fool's snapshot, the copper door. It probably took them more updates than it should have, but copper is going to finally have these real uses and a real place in the game. There's going to be basically a copper structure. That's what the trial chamber looks like. And obviously there are going to be more trials. We only know about the combat challenge so far, but there are going to be all sorts of different trials we'll be finding out as the structure comes out. I imagine this is going to be one of the later features in the update because it is such a big one. It's not the only thing they announced so far though. For what it's worth, there is a breeze that is coming in the trial chamber, which is going to have attacks which don't deal direct damage, or rather they only deal direct damage, but otherwise if they don't hit you, they will cause redstone things to trigger. So trapdoors will flip and cause you to be trapped underneath them, lights will flicker off, all these sorts of things will happen. So that is 2 mobs that we know will be on this update, because of course the armadillo won the mob vote. There is potentially some controversy. I don't want to talk about it till it's confirmed, but something crazy might have happened with how the mob vote was done this year, which might have led to some susceptibility, because looking at these results, I think a lot of people are shocked. The crab seemed like a shoo-in to most people, but indeed, it looks like the armadillo won by a hefty amount, and there are a lot of people who are deliberately trying to... Anyway, it's something we'll have to come back and talk about when we have more information, but the armadillo was the winner, and it will drop a skewt, which will be used to craft wolf armor. How will any of that work? Mojang themselves genuinely don't know. That is something they're going to work out right now. They do the kind of bare minimum for the free mobs so that they can have free interesting ideas, and then they fully develop the rest of it after the update comes out. This is something that's very interesting. What is also incredibly interesting, in my opinion, is the fact that this update isn't just the combat things for the trial chamber and all of the sub-features that come from that. It's also, we've seen our first peek at the tinkering side of this update. So what can you find that's tinkering related? Well, obviously there is something brand new called the Redstone Crafter. That is right, the ridiculous leaks have turned out to be true. I do think that this is something that was probably a lucky guess still. It's not confirmed it. If we had more information from the leaker, we'd know for sure. But one of the data mining accounts that I follow, called King Dark, did post earlier this week saying that it looked like it was found in there somewhere. So I imagine either it was a lucky guess, or for what it's worth, this was something we had some pre-warning about, but it was still wild to see it in the actual show. That is something you could have seen at Minecraft Live 2023. For what it's worth, you also would have seen Jeb building a nether portal very quickly, a fun animation featuring the camel and the sniffer. Also, you would have seen an announcement for a brand new Star Wars DLC, this time not made by 4J Studios, which is an interesting twist because all other Star Wars DLC, there's been so much of it, seems to have been made by them. And also, it's worth saying that they announced a BBC Planet Earth free Minecraft collab, which is happening in 2024. I believe this will be free to download, but they didn't confirm. But that to me sounds exciting. Who doesn't love Planet Earth? Who doesn't love Minecraft? What if Minecraft had Planet Earth inside of it? Very exciting. You also would have learned about a brand new feature for the update, which already came out via a snapshot and beta last week. It is the ability to place items in decorated pots. I would have covered this on the channel. I've been very, very busy with funeral stuff, and I hope you don't mind that too much. Apologies anyway. But I want to mention that this is something that I'll be mentioning and showing off when the next interesting snapshot comes out, which looks like it will be very soon. Lady Agnes did confirm precisely that.
So the features we've shown today will come to betas, previews and snapshots in the coming weeks. And then, just like last year, we will announce some more features throughout the development process.
She also made specific references to how this whole update was going to be part of the 15-year celebration of Minecraft. That is happening next year. Minecraft came out in 2009. May-ish is usually what people say, but May is the year and the date people tend to give. And so Minecraft's 15-year anniversary is a very big one. A lot of games celebrate their anniversaries in many ways. Super Mario turned 35, I think, recently, and had the All-Star Collection with the remasters of previous games. When Sonic had its 20-year anniversary, they made Sonic Generations. Game studios that are in charge of very old game franchises like this tend to make a big deal of the big year anniversaries, partially as a reminder to everyone who is playing the games that, yeah, there is this big and also old game that they should maybe play again, but also partially as a reminder to everyone working there, they are working on something huge. 15 is now the age of someone who had been playing Minecraft since they were a 3-year-old, would be 18 at this point, right, and had it their entire life. There are many people, there is a giant percentage of the world who have grown up in a world where Minecraft not existing is not something they can imagine, and that is a wild thing to say. And it's also a useful reminder, just for anyone watching, my Let's Play World turns 11 tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, and so that is a very exciting thing for me personally. I've been kind of dreading making a Let's Play because of the last week for, so that's been going on, but tomorrow I'm going to be making something just for the special occasion, and I feel like I want to kind of talk and get all the thoughts and everything out of there, just to kind of a lot of people have been asking for an update. I want to kind of give you something about that on my personal life. But as far as the Minecraft updates, that's the thing you care about more. This is an exciting looking update. I think everyone goes into this update getting out of it what they expect. If you were expecting a bad update with not as many features because Mojang works 15 minutes a day and are too lazy, yeah, you look at this and you see that whoa, it's only really 3 features. The trial chambers, as well as the brand new, the new spawner, and then there's obviously the brand new block changing auto crafter. That's not even many things at all. Really, that's 2 features, because the new mob spawn is part of the trial chamber. But if you go into this saying, oh, Mojang is finally going to cater not just to creative players who want frog lights in a brand new biome, but instead are catering to the hardcore players who want to play the adventuring aspect of the game by adding a brand new structure, which, again, a massive new structure. I love that, first of all, by itself, but also by adding new hostile mobs, not just regular mobs you actually have to fight in interesting ways, and also adding content which scales based on the number of players, and also they said they're updating combat, which means this must be the return of the glorious combat update that we saw so many snapshots of. Is this Mojang investing in the late game? I certainly think so from what I can see so far, and it's something that I would personally like to see. It is so far looking like it will be a great update, and I do think that people will probably like it more than 1.20, and definitely more than 1.19. Even if it released with basically what it has so far, I think we're getting pretty close to being 1.19 levels, outside of the Warden, of course, which people kind of associate with the wrong update. But anyway, with that said, this is so far what we know about 1.21. There is a lot more to talk about, and I intend to do precisely that.